Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and thank you for those who are going to watch the video. At the same time, thank you for some of the comment. Really, I say thank you about that. Thank you, even if I don't agree with all. If sometimes we don't agree necessarily with what I say, it's okay. We call it free speech, right? Okay. Thank you again. Okay, my video, I will go straight to the point because I want to talk about that because really I don't know what to think nowadays anymore, because it's very special that when I go to some videos, okay, I go to some videos and I see some comment, and even I see some video of adult people talking some stuff I don't get, how people can have a certain way of of speaking about anyway, I will go straight to the point. So I will show you quickly that video, and we are going to talk about it. Okay,
for a beautiful introduction, and thank you, Faith and Raleigh. You all look beautiful. Thank you for having me here. Hello, Santa and Mrs. Claus. So today I will read the book, How Does Santa Go Down the Chimney?
That was just the introduction, because it's good, because that is a good way for me to start that video, because I have also a comment similar to me, and I think maybe it's a good opportunity for me to address it at the same time. Okay, whenever I do my video, I precise, and you can hear by my tone or my voice, or I mean the way I speak, that I do not speak English. Okay, I am not English, you can tell for sure, or let's say I am not American simply. Okay, some people seem very uncomfortable with the fact that the first lady has an accent. Okay, she has a particular accent when she speaks. Okay, and I saw some video, people posting video on YouTube, audio people taking the microphone, taking the camera, and bashing. I say bashing, and again, I want to make clear that I don't speak English as a first language, and I always say that first, so you're not confused. Okay, I speak French, then I speak English. I start learning English in high school, all my high school years. Okay, so people making fun of a woman who has an accent when she reads in English or when she speaks in English. I don't even know how to describe that attitude. I don't know even how to describe it, because it shows a level of ignorance and a level of a lack of education. For someone to just take your video, your camera, to make fun of a woman who actually speaks more than 3 languages fluently, the gut. I'm shocked. And most of them are women also, who are making fun of another woman. Okay, they're no longer feminist. They're no longer, a woman wash the crown of another woman. All because that woman is married to maybe a president, a man that they hate. Because again, you hate someone, or you don't like his political view, or his political, how can you get to that level? Because I say many times, okay, I am not Obama supporter at all, and I can never, because of I was the first mandate, and I have to be honest on that. If I like Obama first, it's because he was black like me. Unfortunately, that's how many black think. okay? But later on, when you look what he did and how America is today, no comment. So I say, I cannot, okay? I do not like his political view. I have a video where I talk about what he said about the death of Charlie Kirk. And that video actually had many views and more likes. I was surprised, okay? So, should I hate Mr. Obama for his political view? No. So, it's very shocking for me that today people can hate someone and not, in the case of Donald Trump, for example, but you will see that the same people can idolize, admire actors on TV. People that we know for fact, for most of them, have a very dysfunctional life. People who in that industry who has brought in the world some moral value that we didn't know for most of them. Because I don't judge all of them, but you will see that some actors refuse to make some movies or end their own career because they have some values that they don't want to, and you have those who maybe are very famous because they do whatever they want or however they see it. When we see their life, for most of them, you are shocked, okay? But many of you can make a difference between the actor and the actor's life. But when it comes to, for example, Donald Trump, they will hate even the individual. I don't get it. I can never hate Mr. Obama, never. Actually, I always say that this man is very handsome, he's elegant, he has even more class, okay, than he's, okay. So, I can challenge most of these people who are making fun of Melania reading with her accent. I can challenge them to speak at least fluently 2 or 3 other foreign languages. I bet you cannot. Okay? I bet you cannot. For a person like me, why I cannot make fun of someone who has an accent even if he speaks in my language? I think I will just go to the basic. If you went to high school, for example, I think everybody went to high school, for the most of us, and for the most part, because I prefer to take to the basic, okay? And the most part of those who are making fun of her in the comment section, I believe that most of you went to high school. In high school, you start learning languages, okay? In my case, I come from an African country, French African country. And in the French African system, this is how it works. For us, for example, when we live, because it's difficult for me to compare those who are in the comment section, those who are watching, maybe you can make the comparison in the comment section, because sometimes it's difficult for me to make this comparison, okay? When we live, we have the kindergarten, we have the primary, we call it in French primary, okay? And I think I look in America, it's elementary, so I'm very confused about how it works. And then you enter high school. Okay, high school for us is start after elementary, if I'm not wrong. And then we have how many years? We do 6 years, and the last year, which is the 6th year, we have like we have a comprehensive exam of that we call the high school diploma of all the years, because it's general studies of all the years, and usually this exam it goes through 2 or 3 days like that, 1 to 3 days like that. So for someone like me who come from a system like that, we study from the first year we enter high school. We start with French, which is our language, because of course you have to study the language that you speak, okay? And I put aside our native language, so we learn French. When you learn a language, you know that you learn everything, like the grammar, the vocabulary, the orthograph, all this. You also understand that there are idioms, because French you know, there are also different people speaking and variety according to the countries, okay? But you learn the basic French, the one from France, with the literature and all it involved, and a little bit of history of these languages as well. Then we also study the first year, we go in English. Okay, English is a language that we don't know when we start in primary and we don't know that language. So we learn it in high school, like you guys. And then we learn also all the basic, everything about English. We learn the irregular verbs. We have to learn all that in the head. We have to do all that. Grammar, everything, writing, speaking, and we have text to study. Okay, and the other year, my first year, I also learned Latin. So Latin gave me headaches the first year. So because they have what they call in French declinaison, you have like declinaison, you have to know how to match according to the person, the first person, the second person. There is a way to do the verbs in Latin, and that really helped me when I did later on Spanish, because I studied after that. I had Spanish, and it is mandatory in our program. So from the first year you enter to high school to the last year to high school diploma, you learn all these languages. So you know the challenge of these languages. You understand that you have to study and to remember the word and the vocabulary, and you have to speak and you have to write them. Okay. For I think the third level, the third years in high school, which is equivalent, I think, to the if I'm not wrong, I read it here. Yeah, the third year we have an exam that we're now gonna separate every student according to their capacity. So when you enter the 10th, they call it 10th grade, I think in America, 10th grade. We go at that level. Some of the students are excellent in science. Some are excellent in mathematics, like science. So they go to the branch of science, chemistry, physics, all of them. But we all have the same program: history, geography, philosophy, all that, okay? They go there because they are very excellent in this branch. There are those who enter economics. Those who enter economics, I was sent to economy, but we still learn the language. All of us, we still learn all the languages that we pick. The first, French still, English, the 2 foreign languages are still included in the program. Okay, so there is so as we are going more and more in classes, the level is also going high. Okay. Then I wasn't good in economy. My second year there, they put me back and I went to the other branch. The other branch is mathematics. That's not really a high level of mathematics, but it is mathematics. Everybody has mathematics, but it depends on the coefficient of the level of that mathematics, okay? Though you go to that level, then to that branch, it was philosophy was high, literature was high, mathematics, some normal level, and you still have some classes to do, but they remove economics because they don't want you to be in economics there. The 10th grade is still about the 10th grade, okay? They go, last branch is those who are in languages the most. This one, they add a third language, which make 4 languages to study. And they have all the program, okay? They have all the program added to that. So the comprehensive, all the general study, geography, history, French, all that, same. But the level for them in language will be higher in studies. And then you have those who are in biology, those who are good in biology and geology, and they have all that, okay? When you go to all this branch, all of us, we go to the high school diploma, and we have the comprehensive of everything that you have learned from all the 3 years left. You have to remember all that. But in fact, for those who have done languages and all who study language, you have to remember actually the base from years 1. Okay? So you think that me knowing that, knowing all the challenge to learn a language, you think I will make fun of someone who has an accent when she speaks my language? No, actually I am impressed because I understand the challenge it takes through my years in high school. I understand the challenge it takes to learn a language. So I can never make fun of someone who speaks my language with an accent. Never. It shows that she has a capacity that I cannot have. Okay? Even me, when I study Spanish, I try to study German. But I'm telling you, my first class, my 2 classes in German, no, my 2 weeks of my class in German, I couldn't. I asked the teacher, I want to change. They send me to Spanish. So you have to study Latin, Spanish, English, and French. Okay? So you think I will make fun of someone who has an accent when she speaks my language? You see what I said, at the level of ignorance when people act like that? You think that really I can make fun? Can I make fun of someone who is good in science? And by the way, when you know her story, I think she started to study architecture. You think you can? No, seriously. And I look online, what are the languages that Melania Trump speaks? Let's see, because why I have respect for that woman? She doesn't respond to the troll like that. It's too low. It's too low, seriously. This is a lost cause. People who think like that, seriously. In 2025, you still make fun of an accent? In 2025? Where are you coming from? With all the knowledge we have today, with all access to technology we have today, access to internet, access to all the knowledge we have today, and you are making fun of someone who has an accent in 2025. It tells a lot about you. I'm sorry. This is a lost cause. I don't know what to think anymore. So Mrs. Trump, Melania, of course, speaks 6 languages. And when you see that, when you know that the challenge that you went through for two foreign language, it gives you headache. Me, for example, I have friends who ask me to teach them French. But even teaching, even giving them the knowledge that I know, because even teaching is also a lot of work. I can tutor, but teaching is a lot of work. I can tutor someone. I can tell you, okay, this is how you say. But to teach a language, you have to know the grammar. You have to know the history. You have to know, because even when we were learning Spanish, we learn a little bit of history of Spain. It's a must when we learn a language. It's a must. And then we were learning the Spanish from Spain. When I went to Mexico, it was another Spanish, because you have the dialect. You have another way of speaking, and you have to adapt to it too. Okay? Even in English, you have multiple accents. In my case, I have my teacher, my professor, because in French we say professeur. My professor, she was my college algebra professor. But thanks God, because I already have the base back home. But I was lost because her accent, she was from India. I realized that my brain doesn't catch easily the English accent from India. They speak English, right? But it's the accent. I couldn't get it, but I couldn't make fun of her. So I want to see my friend who was better than me to teach me, to give me more tutoring on that. I also saw, I was working with a guy from Bangladesh. I had the same thing. It was difficult for me. But surprisingly, when I went to my business classes in international business and business calculus, my 2 professors, one were European. One was from Bulgaria and the other one was from Norway. But I could hear what they were teaching. Do you understand that sometimes, stop. This is bullying someone with stupidity. This is really the low level of, this is too low. Unless you have never traveled, you have never left your country, then I understand you have this habit. Even people who sometimes go abroad for vacation, they don't get it. They don't understand. The English language, the original English is not from England. I think it was from England, right? So everybody in English that has been colonized, who have been colonized, they all speak English like the British. You have people from India, you have people from Malaysia, you have people from Australia, you have people from New Zealand, you have people from Jamaica, you have people from Bahamas. All of them have different accent. Besides, in America, you have different accents in the same country. Am I wrong? I went to Washington, D.C. I stayed there for some years. Maryland, Washington, Virginia, all this area. They have an accent there, which is different than the accent when I went to the South. Am I lying? Even between Americans, you have people who are black and people who are white. It's Hispanic heritage or Hispanic Latin. All of them have different, when you hear them speaking, they have different way of speaking. Or the accent. They have a certain way of, there is, I don't know how to explain that, but when you hear a black American speaking, sometimes you hear it's different from a white American speaking. So this is not something you talk about. This is what I call, you say, bad of faith. I don't know how you say that in English. Unfortunately, I am limited. Thanks to that lady, and at the same time not thanks. You told me I have a broken English. No problem. I have a broken English. I have a strange accent. It makes sense. You can see that I speak another language. Mrs. Trump speaks French, German, Italian, English, Serbian, and Slovenian. You who are making fun of her, can you do that? At least two of these. Okay. You say, I'm going to come from me. You say I have a broken English. No problem. Okay. I agree. I'm learning. Okay. I'm learning English. I'm learning English every day. I'm learning. I don't want to lie to you. And I think it's a way for me to tell me that I need to take more books and read. More books and read. That's the only way I can improve my vocabulary and listen to more people. I don't have many friends, unfortunately, and I don't want to have many friends either. I really don't want to. But maybe I should watch more podcasts and select the kind of podcasts I'm watching. But from where I come, at the beginning, I wasn't even able to stand 30 minutes, okay, even 20 minutes of speaking alone like that. So me personally, I'm glad I'm doing improvement, because you don't know the beginning, okay. My broken English can only improve, I understand, would be reading. But if you can take time to listen, you can maybe hear what I say. Okay, so that doesn't mean that I should stop making my video in English, because in French we say c'est en forgeant qu'on devient forgeron. Meaning that the more you do something, you practice, you get better of what you are doing. So for you to say that I should stop making video, you see what it means. So I don't know that people can make fun of someone for accent today. This is the kind, and imagine these people raising children. What does that mean to these children who don't want their children to be open? Let's say, for example, oh, mommy, the first lady, she has an accent when she speaks. Oh yeah, it's very normal. The first lady, she's European. She's from another country and she speaks another language. Oh really, mom? What language she's speaking? Oh, she speaks Slovenian and Serbian, but she also speaks other languages. Oh wow, mom, so I can learn to have another language someday? Yeah, you will. And you can also discover Europe with time. You see? Compared to a parent say, she have an accent. Oh, she have an accent. Oh, you see the difference. You see. I don't know what to say. It's sad. I don't know what to say. So I will just conclude here. I will say something. I will simply say that thank you if that video offended you, but it's time to change. We are heading to 2026. Try to change your mindset. Try to elevate. Okay, let's all, because me too, I talk to myself. Let's elevate the mindset. Let's learn from other people. Let's be open to understand that differences are not always bad. Also, I invite you, this is a good opportunity for me to invite you to my channel, where I give some French some French words, some little French lessons, so people who are interested to learn another language can maybe come. You can go to my TikTok, my Instagram, and my channel on YouTube, French by Laetitia. Maybe you can learn a little bit of French day after day, which is very interesting. Okay, guys, thank you, and I will say see you next time.
But I beg your pardon, my lord, but in my opinion, I am sure, mais alors I am tout à fait sure, que c'est un coup de fantomas. Oh, my lord, I am confused. Yes, it is a great honor for me to be invited in your chateau.